Welcome back to our channel. Let's move to the today interesting video from Epic Future. Today we are going to talk about a day in the life of Sundar Pichai. He is the Google's CEO. Pichai Sundarajan, he was born in June 10th. Actually, he can introduce such as Sundar Pichai is an Indian-American business executive. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Alphabet. Pichai was born in Madras, India and received his metallurgical engineering degree from IIT Kharagpur. After relocating to the United States, he earned an MS in Material Science and Engineering from Stanford University and MBA from the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School, where he was designated a Siebel Scholar and Palmer Scholar respectively. Pichai's first job was as material engineer following a brief spell at management consulting company McKinsey and Corporation. Pichai joined Google in 2004, where he was in charge of product management and innovation for a number of Google's client software products including Google Chrome and Chrome OS, as well as Google Drive. In addition, he oversaw the development of other Google products including Gmail and Google Maps. In 2010, Pichai also announced Google's open sourcing of the VP8 video card and the introduction of the WebM video format. In 2012, Google unveiled the Chromebook. Pichai added Android to the list of Google products he oversees in 2013. Now I'm going to talk about early life and education of him. Pichai was born in the India city of Madras, now Chennai. His mother Lakshmi, she worked as a stenographer, while his father Raghunath Pichai worked for the British corporation GEC as an electrical engineer. His father also had an electronic component manufacturing company. Pichai had a Hindu childhood and grew up into a two-room flat in Ashok Nagar, Chennai. Pichai attended Jawahar Vidyalaya Senior Secondary Institution in Ashok Nagar, Chennai, a central board of secondary education school, and graduated from IIT Madras Vanavani School in class 9. He is a prominent alumni of IIT Kharagpur, where he received his degree in metallurgical engineering. He has an MS in Material Science and Engineering from Stanford University and MBA from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. I'm going to talk about his career. Pichai is speaking at the 2015 Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, Spain. Pichai worked in engineering and product management at Applied Materials and in management consulting at McKinsey & Company. Pichai joined Google in 2004, where he led the product management and innovation efforts for the suite of Google's client software products, including Google Chrome and Chrome's OS, as well as being largely responsible for Google Drive. He went on to oversee the development of other applications such as Gmail and Google Maps. On November 19, 2009, Pichai gave a demonstration of Chrome OS. The Chromebook was released for trial and testing in 2011 and released to the public in 2012. On May 20, in 2010, he announced the open sourcing of the new video card VP8 by Google and introduced the new video format WebM. On March 13th in 2013, Pichai added Android to the list of Google products that he oversaw. Android was formerly managed by Andy Rubin. He was the director of Jive software from April 2011 to July 30, 2013. Pichai was selected to become the next CEO of Google on August 10th in 2015 after previously being appointed product chief by CEO Larry Page. On October 24th in 2015, he stepped into the new position at the completion of the information of Alphabet, the new holding company for the Google company family. Pichai had been suggested as a contender for Microsoft CEO in 2014, a position that was eventually given to Satya Nadella. In August 2017, Pichai drew publicity for firing a Google employee who wrote a 10-page manifesto criticizing the company's diversity policies and arguing that distribution of preferences and abilities of men and women differ in part due to biological causes, and these differences may explain why we don't see equal representation of women in tech and leadership. While nothing that the manifesto raised a number of issues that are open a debate, Pichai said in a memo to Google employees that to suggest a group of our colleagues have traits that make them less biologically suited to that work is offensive and not okay. In December 2017, Pichai was a speaker at the World Internet Conference in China, where he stated that a lot of work Google does is to help Chinese companies. There are many small and medium-sized businesses in China who take advantage of Google to get their products to many other countries outside of China. In December 2019, Pichai became the CEO of Alphabet. In December 2020, Pichai delivered a speech virtually at the Singapore FinTech Festival emphasizing inclusive digital economy. The coronavirus outbreak has spread up the adoption of digital tools and trends by year. Southeast Asia's internet economy is currently on the verge of a massive transformation. More than 40 million people in the region connected to the internet for the first time in 2020, 4 times as many of the year before. While COVID has accelerated the use of digital tools, it's also exposed how many people are still left behind. Some 1.7 billion people around the world are still unbanked. A huge portion of African households don't have access to broadband, and millions of women entrepreneurs lack the same access to opportunity as their male entrepreneurs. Pichai said at the conclusion of his talking, "Our goal of the post-COVID world is to ensure the benefits of technology can be shared as widely and equitably as possible. If we can do that, 2020 will be remembered not as the end of the world, but the beginning of the world that were better for everyone." In his personal life, Pichai is married to Anjali Pichai and has 2 children. His recreational interests include cricket and football. If you have not subscribed to our Epic Future YouTube channel, subscribe now. Have a nice day until we find another valuable video like this.